Hello,
Hello, teacher.
how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. I see your camera is off.
I can turn on my camera. Is have a problem.
Okay, okay. So who am I speaking to now? Is it Simon or Jimmy?
I'm Simon.
Are you Simon? Okay, okay. I just want to let the teacher know that you are in class. Okay. I'm gonna start while we wait for Jimmy. I'm gonna start so long. I just want to share my screen quickly. Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. As long as you can see my screen. I just want to get back to this page. Let's do it like this, full screen. Okay, I've got so many tabs open now. Okay, so unit one is called read a book or watch a movie. Okay, so when we have free time, we can read a book or watch a movie. Both activities can be fun, but which one is better? Okay, so the first thing they show us here is called a Venn diagram. Okay, have you ever seen a Venn diagram?
No.
Okay, so a Venn diagram is this what you see over here. Okay,
Mm,
so let's see, I got a message here from teacher. Okay, um, so a Venn diagram is what you see here. So on the one side, we've got a book. On the other side, we've got a movie. And right here in the middle, we've got both. Okay. So if I were to ask you, do you like to read books or watch movies or both? Which one would you choose?
Um.
Do you like books? Do you like movies? Or do you like both?
Um. Um. I like reading books. Cause
Yes.
reading books is great when I want to go deeper into a story or idea.
Yes, that's very true. It's very, very true. I just want to reply to the teacher here. Yeah, so I've seen it myself where I've watched a movie and then I go back and I read the book, and the book has got a lot more information. So that's a very good point that you're making. And would you say, do your parents want you to read books or watch movies or both?
Mm, my parents like to read books.
Okay, so
No.
they also book people.
Yes.
Okay, so we can put in here parents on the book side. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I know I like to read books more than I like watching movies, but my wife is the opposite. She would rather watch a movie than read a book. But yes, that's everybody has got their own ways. So, what do you think? Is it better to learn by reading a book or learn by watching a movie?
Mm,
What do you
um,
think?
I think books are usually better because you need deep understanding, uh, go slowly and think, review and take notes. So I
Ye-
think reading books is better.
Yes, that's very true. That is why they give you books in school and not movies. That's what I think. It's easier to go back into a book. If you don't understand something, you can page back and check again. So let's go to the next page. Okay. Um, Simon, I want you to read this passage for me.
Read a book or watch a movie. A long time ago, the only way to enjoy a story was by listening to a storyteller. These days, people can enjoy stories through books and movies. Then, if we want to enjoy a story, it is better to read a book or watch a movie. Some people believe that it is better to read books. First, books have a lot of information, so the reader can learn many things about the characters and setting of the story. Next, books help us to learn. When we read, we can improve our reading skills, learn new vocabulary, and learn about good grammar too. In addition, reading books in a different language is a great way to improve our language ability. However, other people think that watching a movie is much better. One reason is that movies are quite short. Most films are only around 2 hours long. People are busy these days, but they often have enough time to enjoy a film. In addition, watching a movie is easy. Students are usually tired after reading books all day, and they don't want to read when they get home. If students watch a movie, they need to do is sit down, press the play, press the play button, and relax.
Yes, that's what they're basically saying is it's easier to sit down and just or lay on the couch and just press your remote and on comes a movie and you just watch a movie than it is to sit down and read, physically read a book. Okay, so I see they ask us a bunch of questions about that passage. And they say answer the questions using information from reading the passage. Okay, so how did people enjoy stories long ago? What would you say?
Um, uh, um,
Look at the very first sentence.
the only way to enjoy a story was by listening to a storyteller.
Yes. So the entire period was listening to a Storyteller. Okay. Just gonna make this let's make it red. Let's see it a bit better. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so the next question is, why is it helpful that stories have a lot of information?
Mm, because the reader can learn many things about the characters and setting of the story.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. I can say we can learn a lot about the characters and setting, okay, of the story. Okay, and then how can books help us learn?
Um, book help us. We can improve our reading skills, learn new vocabulary, and learn about good grammar too.
Yes, that's very true. So it can help us improve our reading skills. It can help us with new vocabulary as well as good grammar. Grammar. Okay. And how long are most movies?
Um, Most films are only around 2 hours long.
Yes, that's correct. 2 years, 2 hours. You're doing very good, Simon. I'm impressed. Well done. And why is it easy to watch a film?
Um, still, uh, Students are usually tired after reading book all day, and they don't want. No, if students watch a movie, all they need to do is sit down, press the play button, and relax.
Yes. Sit down, press play, relax. Well done. Well done. Yes, it's very true. I also find myself sometimes when I've got nothing to do, I lay on the couch, put the TV on, and then before I see it, those 3 hours are gone, 4 hours are gone. So sometimes it gets a person lazy. Okay, so the next one will be vocabulary check. Okay, and it says complete each sentence with one of the words below. So the first one is my favorite, whatever word is here, is Harry Potter. In Harry Potter is Professor Dumbledore. So would you choose settings, relax, information, tired, or character? Which word fits in that first sentence?
Can you repeat
I'm
for
gonna
me?
okay. So we've got 5 words. It's setting, relax, information, tired, or character. So with this sentence, you must fit one of these words into the sentence. So I'll do the first one for you. The first one would be my favorite character. Okay. My favorite
Mm,
character in Harry Potter is Professor Dumbledore. Okay. So you could
yes.
say we're done with character. Okay. So let's go to the next one. You can find the what in the textbook.
You can find information in the textbook.
Correct information. Okay. So now we can scratch that one out because that's gone. Okay. So the next one. The best way to eat
Mm,
to
the
lie down and what did you say?
the best way to relax is to lie down and watch television.
Yes. Okay. So relax is gone. Okay. The next one. New Zealand is the what of the Lord of the Rings?
New Zealand is the setting for the Lord of the Rings.
Correct. Okay. That one's gone. So then it's obvious that the last one is. Can you read the sentence?
Mountain walking makes me feel tired.
Yes, it does. I went to the beach yesterday with my kids, and after about an hour, I couldn't feel my legs anymore because of the sand. It's so soft, I just sink away in the sand. So I was pretty tired. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Okay, so here is opinion practice. Okay, so it's practice supporting and refuting opinions below. So you'll see there's four statements here, okay, and there's four possible answers, okay. So you will say books help us learn, and then you must go through these, and then you must decide which one fits the best. Books help us learn. Is it because there are a lot of new ideas, or because they learn a lot of information from books, or because we learn read, or because they do not need batteries? Why would you say books help us learn? Look at this one.
Mm, books help us to learn because uh, we can read and learn new vocabulary.
Yes, well done. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, so if you go to the next one, we can read books anywhere. What did you say is the correct opinion as to why?
We can read books anywhere because mm, they don't they do not need batteries or make any noise.
Yes.
Mm.
You are very clever, my student. You are very clever. I'm impressed. Well done. Okay. So the next one, reading books is good for our imaginations.
Reading books is good for our imaginations because there are lots of new ideas.
Yes. Well done. Well done. Okay. And the last one would then be obviously the missing one. What would you say is the last one? People who
People
read books are usually intelligent.
People read books are usually intelligent because they learn a lot of information from books.
Yes, well done. Okay. So, did you notice all these opinions at the bottom support? Okay. So, I'm going to do this quickly. They, they are supporting opinions because that is the opinion and that is the support that you get. Okay. So now we're going to go over to refuting opinions. Okay. So if we look at refuting opinions, it's the same as above. There are four statements and four possible answers. Okay. So if were to say we learn more from books, what would you say?
We learn more from books. Uh,
We go through
mm,
these opinions.
I disagree. When we watch movies, no, hmm, not anymore. Movies special effects. Now. Hmm.
You were correct with your first guess. Your first refuting opinion was the right one. It was
Uh, I
D.
dis- I disagree. When we watch movies, we can learn new vocabulary and learn about different places and cultures.
Yes, cultures. I've learned a lot from just watching YouTube. I've learned a lot from Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. I've learned quite a lot about food. I like that bun bao and bun mi and pho. So yes, you
Yes,
can learn a lot from watching movies or watching things on the internet. You can really learn a lot. Okay, so if we go to the second one, watching movies is bad for our health.
watching movies is bad for our health. Um, uh, reading books can be unhealthier. Uh, no. Mm,
Yes, you are right. You are right.
oh. Reading books can be unhealthier. This is because we read books for much longer than we watch movies.
Yes, very true. And there was a little clue in there, and was sorry. I just want to get back to my drawing thing here. And that was the clue. It's bad for our health. And if you look at this one here, unhealthier. That was your clue for the correct answer. Okay. So reading books is more exciting.
Reading books is more exciting. Not anymore. Movie special effects are amazing.
Yes. Yes. Very true. Very one, I would say, is it's easier to read a book. What would you say?
Um, it easy. It it is easier to read a book. This is not true. These days, we can watch a movie anywhere using a phone, tablet computer, or music player.
Yes, that's correct. So again, if we look at both these are refuting opinions, okay? So they are saying whatever you say as this opinion, you say we learn more from books. Refuting is no, sorry, I disagree because of whatever this is. Or you can say watching movies is bad for our health. Then you say, sorry, I disagree. Reading books is unhealthier. So refuting is almost like you are disagreeing, but here is the reasons why you have a different opinion. So you might say um, meat is bad for you. Then I can say no, I disagree. Meat contains proteins and it's very good for you. So it's a refuting opinion. Supporting opinion is yes, I agree with you, and this is the reasons why I agree with you. Refuting opinion is where you say, sorry, I disagree with you because this is the reasons I disagree with you. So remember these two is your supporting opinion and your refuting opinion. You have to remember these, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so now we go on to the next page. And the next page is opinion examples. And it says, read the opinions and answer the questions. Okay, so we're going to start first off with the supporting opinion. Can you read this passage for me, please?
Um, Supporting opinion. Books are better than movies because we can read them anywhere. Oh, if we want to read a book, that is the only thing that we need. When we watch a movie, we need a television, cell phone, or computer. These machines need electricity to work. Therefore, when there is no power or the battery is dead, it is not possible to watch a TV. In addition, books are sometimes drop or get wet, but they can still be used. Cell phones are that are dropped usually break and stop working.
Yes, yes, okay. So the first question on this opinion is circle the main idea of the opinion. So if you had to say, if you had to look at this whole passage, what would you say is the main idea of the supporting opinion? What would you say is the main idea? It's
I think the main idea is books are better than the movies.
yes, very true. So I'm gonna say here, one, books are. Sorry, I'm typing in capital letters here. So okay, then can you underline or tell me what is the supporting idea of this opinion? So you say the opinion is books are better than movies. Okay, can you say what is the supporting idea as to why you say books are better than movies?
Um, um,
Yeah, I'm going to give you a clue here. It's this sentence that starts here. and ends there.
Um. Uh. Is a in the in opinion or not.
Okay, so the supporting idea of this opinion is, if you have a supporting idea, you would say the supporting, I
Oh.
said
Yes. Yes.
books are better
Yes.
than movies. So you can say if you want to read a book, it's the only thing that you need. You don't
Yes.
need power, you don't need a battery, you don't need to worry about do you have a Wi-Fi connection, is your that type of thing. You don't need electricity or anything. It's just if you have a book, you can sit down somewhere and you can read. Okay. So when it says underline the supporting ideas, you can say the supporting of this idea is that you say books are better than movies because if we want to read a book, that's the only thing you need. You don't need anything else. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanna delete that quickly. Then the last question is, can you think of some examples to support this idea? We're doing only one at a time. So let's say, can you think of some examples to support your idea that books are better than movies? If you tell me now, you say, Teacher DEWALD, books are better than movies, and I ask you why. What are you gonna say? Why are books better?
Mm, I think book is better because books usually explain characters, those and events much more deeply than movies. You understand the story better.
Yes, yes. Can you give me maybe another example? That's a good example, but can you give me more?
Uh,
If you were to think, if you read while you are reading a book and you go through the sentences, you can just imagine if a book says it's a rainy night and you can hear the rainfall on the roof and you can smell the rain outside, you can actually physically imagine, and that you get very creative in your head. Doesn't make sense?
yes.
Yeah, it's when you watch a movie and it's that you just see it's raining outside. It doesn't really, it just goes past you. You saw it, but it doesn't mean anything. But when you read a book and you look, then you can just imagine. You can imagine the rain. You can imagine the smell of the rain. So that is examples, like, how can I say, that's an example of it gets your imagination flowing. So that's a supporting idea that books are better than movies. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's your when you read books, you learn because you read words. If you don't understand a word, you can look it up. You can turn the page back and reread it again. You can imagine it. You can learn a lot. You can form your own opinions. But when you watch a movie, you just watch a movie and the movie thinks for you. You don't have to think. The movie does it for you. Okay. So we're gonna jump over to the next one, which is the opposing opinion. Okay, so I just want to see the teacher message me again. I just want to reply here quickly to her. Okay, so the next one is you can still see my screen, right?
Mm, opposing opinion.
Mm.
Watching a movie is better than reading a book. It is because it is much more exciting. One reason is special effects. When we're watching a movie, we can feel that we are in the story or even in another world because of the amazing computer graphics. This is much better than a boring book that's very long. It, it has no pictures and sometimes smells strange. Furthermore, we can watch a movie with our friends and have fun, but need to read a book alone, which is boring.
Yes, also very good points. So you see this is the one person says, I like reading books, and this is my reasons why I like reading books. Then the second person says, no, 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 watching movies are better than reading a book. And then they give their reasons why movies are better. So if we go back to question one again, if you have to say what is the main idea of this opinion, what would you say?
Uh, the main idea is watching a movie is better than reading a book.
Okay, so it's watching a movie is better. Okay. Yes, that's correct. You say, I support reading books, and this one is no, I support watching a movie then rather than reading a book. Okay. And then again, we go to question number two, which is underline the supporting ideas of each opinion, of this opinion. So, what would you say? What ideas do they give as support that watching a movie is better?
Mm, it is much more exciting.
Okay. And what else?
Uh, we can feel that we are in the story or even in another world.
Yes. Yes. And there's a few more. What else can you say? You can also say,
We can
you
watch
can,
a movie with our friends and have fun.
yes. Okay. So you see, this person is saying, no, 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 movies are better. Okay. And this is the reason why we say movies are better. Okay. Can you think of more examples why movies are better?
Uh, mm,
Can I can I can I can I give you one that I think why movies are better?
yes.
Okay, my opinion is that it's if I want to, I'm going to use Vietnam as an example. If I want to see what Ho Chi Minh City is like, I can go onto YouTube, type in traveling in Ho Chi Minh City, and I can sit back and I can watch a whole movie on Ho Chi Minh City. So it's easier. If I had to do it in a book, I had to go and find a book. I have to page through books. It's gonna take time, and then I have to try and imagine what the person is saying, what it might look like. Whereas movies, it's so much easier. You can just click and watch. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else do you think is why do you think movies are better? What else can you
Um,
think of?
I think movie use sound and music. It makes sad or scary for people uh to make sense more emotional.
That is a very good point. Movies have the ability to bring out more emotions. So yeah, it's more emotional if you watch a movie. Very, very good. That's a very good point. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Oh, we're almost done. Okay. So it says here it's discussion questions. Okay. And discuss these questions in groups. Okay. So for today, it looks like it's just me and you. So the first question is, after studying all day, do you prefer to read a book or watch a movie?
Um, I I think want to use um
Can you say that again for me, please?
uh I think I like reading book and watch movie.
Okay, so you like both. Okay. Okay, so why? Can I ask you why do you like both?
Um uh because book um, because reading books I can go deeper into a story or ideas, and watching movie um I can have more immediate and visual music. Acting, cinematography all hit at once. It's
Yes.
easier to relax and enjoy.
Yes, yes. It all depends on what type of day you have. Sometimes you are tired, you just want to sit on the couch and watch a movie. Other times you feel like, oh, I just want to be alone in my room. Maybe you've had a bad day, so go to your room, open up a book and you read. Or yes, yes, that's two very good points that you make. So, question number two, do you think watching movies stops us from using our imaginations?
Can you repeat for me? I not hear you clearly.
Okay. So, question number two is, do you think watching movies stops us from using our imaginations? That's just question number two.
Mm, I think it's not at all. Because
And why do you say that?
uh, um, uh, I I don't know how to explain in English.
Okay,
Mm,
so what I would say, okay, this is my opinion. It's like I agree with you, because sometimes a movie you can get so involved in the movie or lost in the movie that you are so focused on the movie that it's as if you are there. If you are watching a war movie and people are shooting at each other, and you find it interesting, you can say, I'm in the movie. I would do this. I would do. You are completely lost in the movie. Is that what you're trying to say?
yes.
It happens to me as well that I sometimes you watch something and you forget about time. You just when you look at the clock again, you see, my goodness, 2 hours have gone and I've done nothing. I've just watched this movie, but it was so good. So movies are quite fun every now and then. Um, question number three. If you want to learn about something new, is it better to read a book or watch a film?
Um, I think I will watch a film.
Okay.
Uh,
Why?
because the film, I think the film can explain more, more. Explain. I can understand what the film say.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes. And it's also normally in a film, there's normally images and videos, and it can show you. Like if I had to explain something in a book without a picture, sometimes you would think of it as one way and I would think of it as another way. But if you watch a movie, you can see exactly what they mean. Okay, so question number four. Do you think a book with no pictures is boring?
Mm, can you repeat?
Okay, question number four. Is a book with no pictures boring?
Um, I think sometimes if um if the Um, if the content of the books are boring, I can feel boring to read.
Yes, yes. It's all about those first few pages. If you
Yes.
open a book up and you see the first, let's say, 3 or 4 pages is boring, then you don't want to read the book again. But if that first 3 or 4 pages is interesting or interesting, then you would want to read more and more and more. I've there was a series called Band of Brothers. It's about World War II, and I've watched the series about 4 or 5 times. And then I decided to buy the book, and there is a lot more information in the book that is not in the movie. So now I find the book better than the movie because there's more information. It goes more into detail in the book. So that's also nice when you watch a movie and you have the book as well, like the Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or all those books that have become movies. You can read the book as well, then you'll see all the differences and how much something goes into detail. Okay, so question number 5, it's all about health. Okay, so which activity is healthier, reading a book or watching a movie?
Yes.
Which one is healthier, reading a
Um,
book or watching a movie?
I think I think both of them can help me.
Okay, and why do you say that?
Uh, Books and movies also have a lot of information to learn. And um uh and it can also relax me when tired uh after the school.
Yes. Yes, it all depends on what kind of day you had. If you had a busy day, you don't feel like reading a book, or sometimes you feel, oh, I've got enough time, I've got 5 hours of nothing to do, let me read a book. So yes, it can. Both can be healthy. It's very true. Very true. Okay. So there's some statements here at the bottom. We've got about 10 minutes left. Um, okay, so it's just the two of us. Okay, so let's see how far we get with these statements. Okay, statement one. Okay, the statement is children should read books instead of watching movies. What do you think?
um I think I think children uh should also watch movie, but not too much. Um,
Okay,
because watch movie uh can harm can harmful they for their eyes, um and that's my opinion.
Okay. Yes, my dad used to tell me that if you watch too much TV, your eyes are gonna be square. And as a kid, I believed him. But yes, children should read books, um, because obviously the more you read, the better your reading will become, the better your vocabulary will become, the better your grammar will be, your pronunciation. You will you will just practice reading. Whereas when you watch a movie, you just watch and listen. But yes, you've got a very, very good point there. Okay. So question number two would be, schools should use movies to teach without using books. So the statement says they must throw out all the books, throw away the books. Just watch movies. Do you agree?
um I disagree.
Okay, why?
uh because some movie can cannot explain explain all the information, and book can have more information to understand, and it can improve our skills. I think.
Yes. Yes, that's very, very true. It's also good to have books because if you sit and you read a book and you can go, like, if you see something on page 20, but then they say, okay, refer back to page 10, you can quickly go and page back and then you see, okay, page 10, here's everything that's in page 10. Whereas if you had no book and you only watch a movie, you have to think back, oh, what was said at minute number 10 or minute 15. So it's easier to have a book. It's more hands-on than just watching movies. And if you only watch movies, you can watch it at home, which will be quite boring if you just stay in your house the whole day. What do you think?
Mm,
Would you prefer to stay in your house the whole day watching movies, or would you prefer to go to school and read in books and have teachers explain in books?
I think before go to school to read book, because teacher can explain what I am not understand to to help me.
Very true. That's very, very true. And that's what teachers are there to explain to you. And the nice thing about it is you can say, stop teacher, stop, stop, stop. I don't understand. Whereas in a movie, the movie just plays. If you understand or don't understand, the movie just continues. Okay, let's move on. There are 5 minutes left, so let's move on quickly to point number three. When there is a book and a movie of the same story, the book is always better. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Why would you say that?
Mm, uh, hmm,
So you saying the movie is always better, or what you say? Yeah, you're saying the question is when there is a book and a movie of the same story, the book is always better. But you saying the movie is always better, right?
no, I say book is better.
Okay. So the book is always better. So you do agree. Why?
Uh, I think. Mm, uh, hmm, I think reading a book you can get more detail, more inner thoughts, and you can imagine everything your own way. That's why
Mm,
I say the book is better.
yes, very true. And like I said earlier as well, a book gets more detail. What a movie doesn't always show the detail because they've only got 2 hours to work with. So they must get the whole story into 2 hours, where with a book, they can write 200 pages or 300 pages. It doesn't matter. They can get all the detail in the book. Where a movie is, they've got 2 hours and they can only focus on this and this and this. So they lose a lot of detail. But yes, I think our time is basically up. So I just want to say stop presenting here. So just want to say thank you for today's lesson. I will see you at our next lesson again. And it looks like our next lesson will be about eating insects instead of animals, which sounds bad.
Yes,
But yes, thank you for today's lesson. And I will do my class report after class. And I just want to say thank you for being such a good student. And I will see you next time.
yes. Thank you, teacher. Goodbye.
Thank you. Hopefully, you can get your camera sorted, eh?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.